Yo, what up guys, it's Juan at JB Reviews. Today it's a bit different, unless you are a coffee lover. It's the Nespresso Vertuo next. So I know that you're familiar with the Keurig brand. The Nespresso brand is essentially the same thing, except with the Nespresso you can pull espresso shots. So you may or may not already know the Nespresso Vertuo Next is going to be the newest iteration of the Nespresso brand of automatic coffee machines. So personally, I'm a French press kind of guy, but I was getting a bit more into coffee, and this was conveniently gifted to me for Christmas. So I've actually been rocking that out for the past 2 weeks, and I gotta say, it's a great machine. It pulls some pretty decent shots of espresso and double shots of espresso. The machine also does come with a milk frother. It's the Aerochino 3. That's really convenient because it gives you the ability to make cappuccinos and lattes. The Aerochino 3 lets you do hot or cold milk froth and heats up the milk for you. So again, it gives you some versatility on that if you're making cappuccinos, lattes, whatever that may be. And honestly, the conveniency of having all that put together is really nice. Speaking a little bit about the milk frother, it's pretty nice. You have a minimum level and a max level. The minimum level is going to be for the froth, so that little creamy foam if you're making cappuccinos, and the max level is going to be for heating up the milk. Now when you do put it on the minimum level, it will give you a little bit of milk that's heated up towards the bottom, and then the big layer on top of that is going to be the milk froth, so that'll be great for cappuccinos. Now you will be spending a bit more money on the pot of coffee because you'll be spending about 85 cents to $1 roughly per coffee pod. Now if you compare that to what you would spend on a bag of coffee for a French press or simply grinding your own beans and doing it that way, you're spending roughly 30 cents over here versus like 85 cents to $1. But again, the conveniency factor of having espresso pulled right there is really nice. And again, you're still saving money if you're a person that gets Starbucks coffee on the daily or every now and then. You're still spending less money than that, so it's not too bad. The size of the machine is actually not too intrusive, so that is pretty nice if you are someone that has a small kitchen, so that's not too bad. The water reservoir is going to be located on the back of the machine, so you can fill it up and let it do all the work from there. Now, the manual will tell you to flush the system out on your first go, so do not forget to do that. The machine also does come with Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, and I know what you're saying, why does it come with Bluetooth and Wi-Fi? Well, that's strictly just for firmware updates. When you pull up the Nespresso app, you can link up your machine to the phone and app, and from there it just checks updates, because the actual pods that it uses has a small barcode ring on the pod which detects whether it's a single shot, a double shot, a Grand Lungo, or an Alto coffee. And with that, you are able to check the status of the machine, make sure it's running the latest firmware. It also lets you know if it's ready to go, etc. On the Nespresso app, you can pretty much go through their entire shop, order an espresso, single shots, double shots, Grand Lungos, Altos, whatever you want pretty much. They have a pretty wide assortment of coffees on there, so check it out. There's a lot to see on there. So to sync up your machine to the phone via Wi-Fi and Bluetooth for the first go, it's going to be a bit of a weird setup because you're going to have to hold your phone within about, I think it said 5 to 10 centimeters from the machine, so it'll detect it. But once you get it set up, it's no problem. It'll connect to Wi-Fi and check the general settings and firmware from there. I did go ahead and order 4 to 5 packs of coffee, so that should run me maybe 3-4 months depending on how often I do it here at the house. But usually I just get coffee at work. You know, it's free, so why not? It does come with manuals and some general paperwork, so if you are looking for a quick guide to figure out how to use the machine, just look at the manual, it's all in there. Now when you do buy the machine, they actually send you a free variety pack. That's pretty dope. It's essentially their entire catalog worth of coffee, so you can try and see what you like. You get Altos, Grand Lungos, double shots, specialty coffees, all of that. Another thing to note is that the Vertuo line of pods are going to be a bit different in terms of their shape. They're going to be a little shorter and a little wider than the original Nespresso pods. So the process of brewing coffee is actually super simple. You drop the pod in there, close the lever, lock it, and click one button. If you want to brew a little more coffee from the typical amount for the pod, click the button a second time while it's brewing and you'll get more coffee. So disposing of used Nespresso pods, it's actually really convenient because Nespresso will actually send you a free recycling bag with a shipping label already on there. So the way the machine itself gets rid of pods is when you lift up the lever, it actually slides a pod out, dropping it into a container inside the machine itself. When that fills up, you can just pull that section out, dump it in the bag that was sent to you, and send it back out to Nespresso. While this won't compare to a $1,000 espresso machine, it will provide you for the price a pretty solid cup of coffee or shot of espresso, given the fact that it's going to be a fifth of the price. So if you're on the fence about buying this machine, I have to say this is definitely going to be a buy. I give this machine an A-. Now the reason it's not higher up in that is the fact that the coffee pods are a little on the pricey side, but honestly that would be the only caveat. The machine itself looks good, it works well, it provides you with quality coffee. Alright guys, that's pretty much it. If you liked the video, you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not, comment down below with any questions or comments that you might have on the machine or other products that you would like to see on the channel. Besides that, it's Juan at JB Reviews. I'll catch you next time.